Hey guys, it's Peanut and our ice cream bar. So, I done goofed. Let me tell you the story of how I goofed. The preacher man said, you're gonna burn. So recently I sold that Doll Zone body that I had bought to try Citrus's head on, and then it didn't work, and then I was inspired to do all the kind of flippity floppity hijinks and what have yous. So I did sell it. And it was to a person who's fairly new to the hobby, which was like really exciting for me. I'm like, oh my god, I want to help, yay, dolls! And the sale went fine, and I even remembered to include like some fun little things for being new. Now I have a terrible memory. I think there was like eyes and a wig and maybe like some underpants or oh, my brain, I don't know. But the point is, let me paint you a picture of what happened. It was just another day, then it all went wrong. My baby done left me, and then I heard her say, you lost the COA. So let me paint you this picture. It's right before Christmas. Work is super busy with the holiday rush. Family stuff is nuts. Wrapping paper everywhere. I'm doing my best to remember that I need to apply for health insurance, and I need to make sure I have enough money to pay my rent after all that stupid holiday shopping. In the midst of this, I'm trying to get this body shipped out not just before Christmas, but so it will arrive before Christmas. And if y'all didn't already know, which I'm sure most of you do, the post office around the holidays is perhaps a small, relatively speaking, a small but definitive horror. Regardless, everything goes all right, I get it out, blah. A couple weeks later, after, work and life is settled down and I'm not frantically running around like a chicken with its head cut off, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. This is not part of the story, I'm just actually really warm. I am getting so hot, I wanna take my clothes off. So a couple weeks later, I finally check my YouTube ball joint doll, whatever, my not personal and not work email. And there it is. The message. I forgot to send the certificate of authenticity. Blaspheme! Blaspheme! Okay. Now, I know when I read this sentence that the COA is gone. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I feel it in my heart that in the frantic holiday rush, it somehow got thrown away. It got piled in with a bunch of wrapping paper scraps or whatever was happening, and it's gone. Now, I don't know for sure. I do have a terrible habit of holding things, and I'll be like walking around and talking to myself like a crazy person and trying to figure out what I need to get done. And without thinking, I'll just put that thing down and then I don't know where it is for like 8 months. It's not hopeless, but I think I know in my deep down that it's gone. Now, sadly enough, and this is embarrassing for me to admit, so get your judging face ready. My first thought should have been, oh my gosh, this poor person, this is like one of their first experiences in this hobby and I kind of screwed them over. No, that's not my first thought. My first thought is, oh my gosh, my reputation. Yeah, that's real solid. That's a real 10 out of 10. I know, it's great. Don't worry, I'm great. So really, at this point, I think I should make it clear. This video is a reaction to my reaction to losing the certificate of authenticity, not this person who bought the body. I didn't ask for consent, so I'm just gonna say this person. It's a named individual. The buyer. Because I fully understand why you would really want the COA. I totally get it. People do worry about recasts. They don't want to be screwed over and gypped. So I definitely understand the attitude of, I really want this. Why does my camera keep shaking? Oh my god. Hello. But the question that I really want to put to you guys is this. How much trust do you have in your fellows in the ball joint doll community? I think it really comes down to that, and the reason I had that reaction is because we as a community of hobbyists seem to not have a lot of faith in each other. For the record, me personally, I have definitely been burned way more times when I'm trying to sell something and people are buying from me versus when I have bought something from someone else. Anyone who's ever been a seller can say that they have definitely been burned by buyers before, especially because as a buyer, you have this whole idea of this customer service machine mecha android monster that is kind of has the final say, is kind of judge, jury, executioner. So the door swings both ways. And again, I understand why, because no one wants to be totally screwed and spend a bunch of money on something that turns out to not actually be what you were trying to buy. Nobody likes that. At the same time, this obsession is really kind of harshing my buzz, man. Is that the coolest thing you ever heard or what? But seriously, I know when I'm having thoughts like that, like, oh no, my reputation, that's not a great sign. That kind of means, wow, your hobby must not be that fun. It should be fun. It should feel like, oh, I'm connecting with someone in the community, how exciting, this is gonna be so cool. But instead of being happy and grateful to share, everyone is always worried, like, how am I gonna get burned next? This total paranoia that just sucks the happiness out of you. And that is terrible. Not terrible because you shouldn't, you know, it doesn't really pay to be naive, but terrible because don't you want your hobby to bring you some joy? So I don't know, how much room for human error is there in buying and selling ball joint dolls? I mean, do you guys have kind of like an estimate, or like what would you do? How would you go about, you know, I don't have the certificate of authenticity, I lost it. How can I prove that it's a real thing? Or does it matter if I can prove that? Can't you put any kind of faith in me as a fellow human? Not speaking specifically about this person I just sold the body to. Once again, just in a general sense, in a general manner of speaking. That is the question that I put to y'all. And you don't have to answer, you don't have to write a comment or anything, but I think it's definitely something to consider if you are going to be buying or selling secondhand dolls. It's definitely something to consider. Don't you think that for the most part, when you're buying from a person, not a company, a person, don't you think that they're probably just trying to do their best? Maybe not everybody, but the vast majority of us are just trying to do the best they can, you know? So, if you feel so inclined, let me know what you think. I can't promise anymore that I have time to look over all the comments, but I think y'all can probably have some pretty interesting discussion amongst yourselves as well. So, hopefully I will hear from some of you in the comments, and if not, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I fed your mind today. I don't know what that was, I'm sorry. Oh, what was that? What? You want to hear more of my COA Blues? Wee-hoo! The COA Blues. My woman. Is this a guitar? My woman left me because of the COA. And then I went down to the jailhouse and the judge said, "Get away from me." Get away from me! Alright, that's enough of that forever. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to all of you soon. Bye!